Everybody. Gavin's my name. I'm head of the Visualisation and eResearch team inside the Institute for Future Environments. We've been here for a number of years now and seen the team grow strength to strength over the years. Today, I'll be quick. I want to brief you on what the team we got here is today and what our expectations are for the future. I'll show you a few projects that will hopefully showcase the spectrum of our abilities. And there's a few particular projects that I see contributing well to this particular activity. Next. All right. Right now, the Visor team are focusing on, I suppose, three key areas. One is the XR technologies, VR, AR, mixed reality. 3D geospatial technology and the workflows in combining the many facets of that space, and developing multi-user immersive environments for not only the university here at QT, but also for our government and industry clients. We work very broadly across the three areas of academia and industry and government. We regularly consulting to other universities on how they might develop solutions. And not only that, we embark on commercialisation and realisation of robust sort of commercially ready products from research. There's about 15 of us and we're growing and we are about half funded by the university and that certainly supports our obligations to enable research and keep facilities running and to a level that's expected. And then the rest of it, we have to raise through projects, which would be a foreign concept to you. Major initiatives that we have for 2020 are certainly looking at, rather than projects here and there, we look to organisations to form partnerships that might enable broader bodies of work, and it certainly helps us to be more agile in commencing and delivering projects. We've done this so far with Snowy Hydro and SEQ Water, which is the bulk water supplier up here for Southeast Queensland. We look to engage industry and our external partners to come and use our facilities. We have a fairly advanced visualisation facility in our building here at Gardens Point. It's been recently renovated to focus on virtual reality, some large scale visualisation, but also supporting the collaborative nature of work and how we can bring multiple disciplines together to design and think through problems. So a quick few projects. You might be all familiar with the Cube we have at QUT. That was really what brought me back into the fold at QUT, and we have enjoyed that for the last 7 or so years. I think it's up to 7 years. It's been an extremely high profile project for the university. And it was front and centre at the G20 events back in 2014. Since then, the technology and the methods to develop this sort of stuff have been used again and again for our projects externally, and that's including, we have the University of SA, South Australia has a system, Snowy Hydro have a system. We did one for Edmonton Public Library as well, up in Canada. This is the Snowy Hydro Immersive Theatre that we've recently released. In fact, it was about a year ago, but you can see there it's a large-scale video system with floor and wall projection. But what's shown there on the wall is the content we develop, and that's a digital twin, effectively, of the Snowy Mountains. It's 160 square kilometres of geospatially accurate modelling, and we visualise the Snowy hydroelectric scheme across that space. So combining not only their electrical transmission assets, but also their plant and generating sites. And the next phase of this will be integrating real-time data off what they call scheme intelligence. So we'll see the whole system working, and also how it interacts with the national energy market. These are just some quick visualizations of the next release. You can see here some quite cinematic looking images of the T3, I think that is, Tumut 3 power station, and the feeder lines into that station. These are derived from LiDAR scans and other forms of data capture, and we've integrated them into a fully interactive 3D world. You can actually fly from Canberra over the Snowy Mountains into Tumut 3, through the walls, into a turbine shaft, and into you know, the level of a bolt in one flight. We want to leverage this technology to really bring people from, you know, very, very high bird's eye view right down to that level, because we feel that not only the education but the engagement you can get from these experiences is extremely high impact. There's some examples of what we've done with SEQ Water. You might be familiar with the AR toolkit, AR sandbox. We've rebuilt that from the ground up, so now it's actually a fully sort of activated simulation of the water cycle, as well as the water supply side and wastewater. We also developed the Australian Cancer Atlas, which was sort of the first time data sets of this kind were geospatially visualized. Essentially, you can see the address to this website there, but essentially it's a way of visualizing your probability of being above or below average when it comes to cancer risk. And it's very interesting how this particular platform has sort of revealed patterns of diagnosis and survival based on where we are, and also how effectively we campaign for early diagnosis and treatments. We also have a product we call Myglobe. That's the one we're commercializing. It's a, I'll play the video while I speak, if that's all right. It's a 3D Earth using the cesium engine, which some of you might be familiar with. This one's different in that it's a fully online 3D world, different to the Snowy Mountains. But we're able to apply data sets and multimedia here to support a very targeted narrative, and it's very, very valuable in community consultation processes. In particular, in this case, it's the Dunoon Dam proposal up in the Northern Rivers against solutions like groundwater or desal or recycled water. And it's designed to really bring the community across the detailed decision making that's taken place, and I suppose support those difficult conversations about why new reservoirs are required and what is the impact on that. This is the platform that we hope to, or a platform like it, that we hope to apply to the Antarctica project. It's extremely high performance in terms of its visualization capability. We often customize and extend it based on project needs. And it's widely available to many delivery environments. The other project we're working on is the Ian Potter Foundation sponsoring building catchment resilience. It's very similar to what I showed you for the Snowy Hydro, but this one's building in very sophisticated modelling of sediment and nutrient runoff and nutrient load in water water bodies. We're also looking at the economics of that and the opportunity costs should land users need to take action on their land to mitigate some of these environmental risks, but also to obviously look at incentivising them for the reduced capacity of their land potentially. This is actually revealing, I'll just, on the next slide here, revealing some very interesting things that I think will apply to the Antarctic project, where broad assumptions or sort of broad assessments are on some spatial boundaries could actually steer an assessment in the wrong direction. So we've been looking at different ways of layering data and refining the resolution of data to really target the actual and reality of what's on the ground. In particular, this example showing how we've honed in on a particular gully that's responsible for a massive amount of sediment runoff, where the first assessment just showed a whole land parcel. And it's like, well, no, there's probably 10% of that land parcel that's actually the problem. And it changes the figures quite drastically. Anyhow, that's me. We're really pleased to be part of this project. It's a great opportunity, and any questions, we can have a chat now.